Hey beautiful soul, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share your thoughts below. I would love to hear from you. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me again. For those of you who have gifted me with super thanks and joined my channel's memberships, you guys are truly amazing. I love you all. Thank you for the support. So let's get another collective reading. Please keep an open mind, only take what resonates and let the rest go. Spirit, show us the messages that wants to come true for the collective. All right, show us more. Very cute. So if you see something, even if I don't mention it, okay, you may pick up on something and images or something. It could be a sign for you. So I still love to use my cards. I know some other readers, they have completely abandoned their whatever readings. Like they used to use some messages, but now they're not. Okay, somebody could be an artist. We love this, what do you call this? I don't remember. Records, maybe a records recording. Okay, I see somebody look at you, and this person, they look once and then twice. It could be your photo albums, it could be your social media profile. They keep looking. It's like their mind refuses to accept what their eyes already knew. And I see they keep coming back, like a second time, a third time. Yeah, not only once. I don't know who is this person, but it's like they're hunting for a specific detail about you. Maybe like some kind of truth, or for a weak spot or glitch in your story, or some kind of evidence that it was built on smoke or mirrors. Every single time, all they found was more of the same thing. The truth. More of who you actually are. And that truth, your truth, was so consistent, so grounded, so impossible to bend. That something in this person finally cracked. Yes. You know, when someone keeps orbiting around you or circling back to check on you, maybe you call it like monitoring or some kind of fixation or obsession, but here is what it really is. I see this is like the slow, unnerving realization that they misjudged you from the start, from the very beginning. And now they don't know how to live with that. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Because I want you to feel it, not just hear it. It's like someone walking into a museum and spotting a sculpture, maybe covered by some heavy linen sheet. They may like gloss it over, barely glance, assume it's nothing. Maybe they even mutter something small and dismissive, but something makes them pause. A tighten in their chest they cannot explain. So they leave a corner of the sheet, just a corner, and they catch a flash underneath. Maybe not obvious, but unmistakably valuable. And they tell themselves it's probably nothing, a coincidence, maybe some kind of trick in their eyes. So they leave. But it stays with them, it follows them home. and it sits in the dark with them. It won't let them sleep. So they come back a second time. This time they pull the sheet back halfway, and what they see underneath stops them cold. It's like they're getting details, precision, layers, the kind of work you don't make by accident. The kind of depth that takes years, probably a lifetime, 1,000 quiet decisions no one ever clapped for. And now they start to feel nervous because it disrupts the story they built around you. And they're not ready to swallow the big pill. So they try to convince themselves there must be something off, like I'm looking for a crack. Maybe a broken seam, a hidden flaw. So they come back a third time. This time they rip the entire sheet off, and there it is, all of it, fully visible, real, so undeniable that they can't string it with a joke, can't wave it away, can't pretend they don't see it. And in that moment, they go from hovering above you to standing in front of something they cannot control. Yes, they came looking for damage, yet they found proof. Here's the thing about people who go out of their way to verify you, to dig through your past, to cross-check your words, to see if the image matches the reality. They are almost never doing it out of curiosity. They're doing it out of their own fear. Because somewhere deep down, they already sense you were more than what they were hoping you were. Secure people don't spend their days auditing other people's integrity. People who are building don't stop to tear people down. The only ones who check 3 times or even more are the ones terrified of what they might confirm. And what they confirmed was you, exactly as you are. Nothing staged, nothing borrowed, nothing rehearsed, just you, authentic to the bone. And in a world where most people are living in some version of performance, someone who is genuinely, completely, and comfortably real is a threat to anyone whose identity is made of surface. They checked 3 times because they couldn't accept that someone could be this consistent in a world that rewards all kind of masks. They kept searching for the act, but all they kept finding was the person. You probably even didn't even notice the first check because you were just living, moving forward, doing the work quietly and not announcing it to the world or trying to throw it or into the stage or grow into a theater. Yes, that's the part that triggered everything. Not a confrontation, not a speech, not a moment where you declared yourself, just a steady repeating reality of who you are, day by day, and choice by choice. So after this person they watched, they recorded it, they stored it away, and it kind of unsettled them in a way they couldn't explain, because you weren't trying to impress anyone, and somehow that was more impressive than anything they have ever seen. Yes, you weren't performing confidence, yet you felt more certain than anyone in the room. You weren't chasing anyone's attention, yet the whole room shifts when you arrive. That isn't something you can fake, and they knew it, even when they hated knowing it. Spirit's showing me the second check is where it got serious for this person. because by then they already invested in a narrative about you. Maybe they told other people a version. Maybe they committed to a story that made you smaller, easier to dismiss, easier to control. And then reality hits and contradicted it. The kind of dissonance is unbearable. So they had to go back, not to learn, to rescue their original story, to find the one detail that would let them keep believing you were ordinary. They went back looking for the exception. Instead, they found a pattern, evidence that the rule they wrote about you was wrong from the start. So they did the only thing left. They came back a third time. They're fully consumed by now, fully invested, certain that this time they'll finally find a crack. But instead, they found a foundation. There's a psychological truth that people avoid their entire lives. When someone tries to discredit you, or outmaneuver you, or quietly reduce you, it's rarely about you. It's about them feeling behind. People who are winning doesn't watch people like that. People who feel steady don't dig information like that. The fact that they kept coming back is the clearest admission they could ever make without saying a word. You had something this person couldn't access. You don't try to steal from someone who has nothing. You don't obsess over someone who doesn't matter. Their attention, the way they check, their constant need to reaffirm or confirm was the most honest thing they ever did because it revealed the truth they would never say out loud. You were ahead of them the whole time, even when they thought they had the advantage over you. I'm getting even in silence, even before anything looked different on the surface, you were already ahead. Yes, they tried to discount you. They tried to count you out. And what they forgot is you cannot count out someone who was never playing their game. Yes, here's what the constant checking did to this person. The part they didn't anticipate. It completely consumed them. Every time they came back to study you, they weren't building just themselves. Every hour they spent analyzing your moves, they were losing ground in their own territories. Jealousy does that. It narrows your world into a tiny tunnel when the only thing you can see is someone else. And while you're trapped in that tunnel, your own foundation starts to crack and break, and you don't even notice. This person, they thought like they were gathering insight, but they were actually dismantling themselves. The whole time they were finding crack when their whole crack and system is starting to dismantle. They kept sipping like from this place of bitterness, thinking it would eventually like poison you. And the whole time, it only like empty them out. It's like trying to stop a river by throwing your body into it. The river doesn't change, it just keeps moving and you keep sinking. Here's the part that should settle something inside of you. What they aimed at you didn't stick, it couldn't. Because you weren't just like ducking them, okay? You were outgrowing them. Every move they made to pull you back only widened the distance between where they were stuck and where you were headed. They thought like the gap was closing, but the whole time it was expanding for you. You were building, you were like, they were watching you. They were competing with you. But you were never like meeting them at their place. You are at a whole different level now. Yes, you were never competing with them in the first place. You were just moving forward on your path, in your timing. You are creating, constructing something real, and they were in their lane, standing still, burning their energy on fixation, while you burn energy on progress. One of those compounds into power, the other compounds into exhaustion, resentment, and the specific emptiness of realizing you spent years watching someone rise instead of leveling up yourself. That's what they're living with now. While you've been stacking real growth, real depth, real clarity, they've been stacking regret. And the moment you stop reacting, the whole dynamic shifted. Not because you strategize, because when you're aligned with who you are, there's nothing to react to. Your noise couldn't land because you weren't living on the surface where noise survived. Yes, I would like to take a moment to ask for your support to my channel. You can consider donating through my PayPal or send a super thanks of any amounts. I truly appreciate your support here. If you want exclusive content, you may look at my channel membership or my Patreon exclusive content. Thank you so much for your support. I see this person, they may attempt to get a response from you or reaction, but it was like yelling at the sea because the sea doesn't answer. It just keeps being the sea. And you're calm, I sense your calmness. The calm they may call some kind of unawareness. They may dismiss it as a weakness, but it was actually your strongest or your strength. Because that kind of calm only comes from one place. Knowing exactly who you are. You're so rooted enough on your own truth that nothing external can shake it. They mistook your silence for softness, but what they were actually watching was certainty. Your silence and calmness was the loudest reply they ever received. They waited for you to defend yourself, to over-explain, to argue, to flinch. And the silence kept arriving day after day, and every day it held its own. It said more than words ever could, because certainty outlasts every kind of noise. And then one day, they stepped back, they saw the full picture, the trust that slipped from their hands, the opportunities that quietly closed, the people who stopped fully believing what they said about you, the contradictions stacking up, the credibility thinning out, until it was just gone. And they couldn't point to anything dramatic. They couldn't point to you doing anything. You just kept existing as yourself, and the truth handled the rest. Time always does the math. Every shortcut has a cost that eventually shows up with interest. Every half-truth carries weight, and one day that weight gets heavy enough that everyone can feel it. You didn't have to do anything to expose them. You didn't have to defend or try to over-explain yourself. Truth is its own prosecutor, and it takes patience. It waits as long as it needs to. Then it arrives at the exact moment it's impossible to ignore. Yes, impossible to ignore. The very person they tried to bury turned into the thing that grew. They tried to stack everything on you or pile everything on top of you. Yes, but what they really do was giving you soil. Yes, look at that. They were spinning stories about you. But it's actually nourishing you. It's creating the foundation for you. And that's when the surrender started. not with fireworks or a scene. It looks like the posture is changing, energy is shifting. The ones who used to dismiss you getting quiet. The ones who used to speak with certainty suddenly hesitating. The ones who acted like they had all the answers no longer sounding sure. That is what surrender looks like. Not a flag being waved, but confidence deflating when it runs out of anything real to stand on. They were humbled by the light they tried to dim. And it wasn't something you did to them. It was something truth did. You were just the one carrying it. And you're still standing, still moving, still exactly as real as you were the first time they looked, or the second time, or the third time. Nothing about you had to change, that's the point. You didn't come for them, you didn't craft a counterattack, you didn't even give them the reaction they were begging for. You just stayed so relentlessly consistent that reality eventually had to match what was already true about you. Yes, they came searching for some kind of dirt, but they struck something rare. Not because it set a trap, but because that's what you always were. And now they know it. Now they cannot unknow it. They cannot unsee it. And that changes everything. The tables was turned. And now they're looking for a place near what you built. The very thing they tried to block you from. The table they said you didn't belong at. And here's the quiet irony. You built it anyway. While they were busy watching, spinning their story, you were creating. While they were checking, you were becoming. Yes, people listening, you were never built for the fight they wanted with you. You were built for something bigger, something quieter, longer, something that doesn't need an audience to be real. Your power was never about volume. It was about authenticity. It was about real depth. That grounded presence that makes people feel something in their chest and they don't have a name for it, but they also cannot deny. You have that power that doesn't crack under pressure. In fact, it gets clearer under pressure, like gold in heat, like the work revealed when the covering finally comes off. You didn't just survive what they tried to do to you. You became the living proof. The thing they tried to put out became the thing that lit the whole entire room. And now everyone can see it, including them. They checked 3 times, and every time you were exactly who you are. And that truth was too solid for them to argue with, so they stopped arguing. The only thing left was surrender to what's real. And here's what you take with you. Don't slow down to watch them bow. Don't turn around to confirm the change. You were never walking toward them. You were always walking toward yourself. So keep moving forward, keep going, keep being this real. Because the truth you carry, that unfakeable, repeatedly verified truth, is the one thing no one can take from you. Not now, not ever. So let me get some initials for you. You may see your own initials or even names. This could be 6 or 9. Keep seeing 555, 555. The rain won't stop me, so nothing is gonna stop you. Keep moving. Together we're unlimited, so you are unlimited. Action. You keep doing things. You keep taking action. You're accountable to your own truth. You are enough. Yes. Whatever you're doing, okay, you're a future millionaire. Claim this. Yes. You feel things deeply. We got Cancer, double Cancer, Scorpio, Sagittarius, double Sagittarius, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, AIO, Taurus, Capricorn, 3, Scorpio, 4, got a Pisces, double Pisces. Okay. Triple Cancer, Taurus, OAI 43 or 34, Libra, 9. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. I hope this reading resonates. Let me know. Check out my other channels as well. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on any readings. Take care guys. Love and light to you.